Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got a ton of new merch up at tomanddan.com.
Yeah, definitely check it out. We're also in the middle of a little renovation here at the studio, putting in some 4K camera, some extra lighting. They're putting the green screen in your office, which I think is going to be great. And Sam is finally getting her stand-up desk that she's asked for what seems like a decade. And we couldn't have done any of this without all of our clients. You can check them all out at tomanddan.com. But let's just say the old Hoods Up location, we'll see you soon. That's all I'm saying.
I saw that on Bungalower. Bungalower.
That was better. That was better. Yeah.
We should call it Bung. Can it just be Bung?
Bung?
Oh, yeah,
I could ask Brendan if we would be allowed to.
Can we shorten it to Bung?
Can we just
Bung
say,
talk?
I was on the old Bung,
Yeah.
and I saw that Hoods Up is now for those of you that aren't in the Orlando area, and most of you are, but if you're not, there's this gas station that is prime real estate. It's the best location, I would say, just outside of the downtown area. It's right next to one of my favorite breweries.
Someone's going to turn that into a bar, right?
I don't think so. I think it's going to end up being like a chain Wawa or some garbage. I think it's going to be a
Really?
corner gas station. Yeah, rumor has it that it might become a Wawa, and that hurt my heart.
It seems
I'm not
like
anti-Wawa, no matter what you guys say. I am not anti-Wawa. I just say they can't run a line. And that's true. They can't run a line. And especially now that they have their self-checkout machines that you can't get alcohol at or cigarettes.
But it's right there in the Milk District. Gringo's is right next door.
Yeah.
So it seems like you make a bar out of it, like or a microbrewery. I guess maybe the parking, because there's not enough parking. But what are they bowling up there?
I don't know.
What?
The only thing okay, here, I'm going to give you what I think is happening. I'm going to give you what I think is happening. I think that the lady that lived up above us, who was very sweet and very nice, we never had a problem with her, and God bless her. I hope she's okay, and I hope she just went on to her next apartment. But she had two mega ginormous dinosaur-sized Great Danes. And I think if I'm just using I'm going to use my power of just assumptions, which is dangerous. But I think those dogs tore that place apart. They literally, and now
I thought you were going to say she died and they ate her, and then they died.
No.
And then
Well, they wouldn't die.
He's ripping up the carpet because there's blood everywhere.
I didn't even think about that. What if she did die up there? I'm glad Sam's gone. If Sam were here right now, she'd be freaking out, paranoid. She'd be out there taking photos, yelling "World Star."
He's ripping up the floor up there because it's just
it stinks like a goddamn dead body up here.
Anyway.
But something's happening up there. I'm not going outside, and if I hear it, if you leave and I still hear it, I'm turning off the lights and hiding in here until it goes away.
It's just renovating or something.
Not going out there. You want to do some emails and voicemails?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Your voicemail messages, and man, I think you're going to have a new app very soon, and I don't think I'm putting the cart before the horse when I say that. We have a wonderful man that we're working with right now named Matthew. Hopefully I'm allowed to say his name. And he's killing it and trying to get you guys a brand new app that you can leave voice messages. It'll hold your plays. It'll have all the shows. It'll run smooth and quick. And for Android, for iOS, he's making a web version. He's slaving every single night and emailing us. It looks really, really promising.
I did a dumb old man thing with Matthew where I started telling him about
we do a podcast.
Like when Joe, our buddy, originally built the Tom and Dan app, it was like in 2010.
Yeah, we've had an app longer than
13 years ago.
We were the first Orlando radio show to have an app.
And then obviously we used a different company after whatever, but it was still, I'm thinking of 8 years, like 7 years ago technology. So I'm telling Matthew we had this problem. He's like, time fixed all that. There was just what
do you know about the .com bubble?
You're like, guess what? Technology and apps got better in the past 8 years, and all these problems you're describing to me were problems that they were facing 8 years ago, and that doesn't exist anymore. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
A lot of it has to do with it. Well, no, a lot of it has to do with us keeping our head down in here. Even I've lost track of some of the technology that we use in here just because we don't. The luxury of being a streamer Okay, and if you know what I mean by that, I'm talking about like kids that do it for fun and are making some money or doing it successfully.
Putting content on the internet.
Yeah, but these guys, the cool thing about them, if they're not doing it daily like we do, like we kind of do it old school, like radio style. So we don't have that free time to, I mean, like our equipment is being used. There's no time to sit here and upgrade. No time. Any upgrades are made on the weekends, guys. It's like Sunday, I'll get the thing in, and I'll tell Tom, I'll text him, I'll be like, I'm heading over with 4 jumbo Coors Lights, some weed.
And all it needs to do is work and sound good, and it does. Once it's that, it's like you stick to that. Yeah. It's not like we're getting new equipment. No. For what reason? It's not. It won't change anything. Like even with the camera, like you did upgrade our guest camera. Yeah. Because we were having lighting issues.
It's working good.
But the other cameras...
no need right now. I mean, we might pick up another one a little bit later, and if they go on sale, we might snag 2. I mean, we budget it out. We don't do it...
But if it can't get that much better...
It's incremental for us, yeah. Like, I have a light that I waited... How many weeks was I waiting to get that light? Like, 2 weeks to get it on sale, and I got it for $90. I mean, like, we do... You could do all this stuff on a budget. And don't try not to, because it's just more fun to do it on a budget, I think.
You always tell me, I got this for the... I told you weeks ago, like, buy it full price.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I like to...
Ship it here next day.
I mean, I like to, I like to spend a little because I like it when people come in here and say, like, how much did you spend? And I'm like, well, this is, I don't know, $2,000 tops.
Okay, before we play this, I want to tell you a real thing.
Please,
So, I go...
She didn't fall down the stairs. I knew it.
I just thought of it when we were talking about haggling prices or whatever. So we go to Croom Forest every year for Thanksgiving. It's like a family tradition I used to do growing up, and then we were doing with our sons.
It's my favorite trip you do.
So my sons have grown out of their 50cc four-wheelers. I got them 2 Polaris Outlaw 50cc four-wheelers a long time ago. They learned doing that.
Ride that, dude.
And
it's like 6 foot tall.
Last November I noticed that like they're going as fast as they can, and it's still slow. Like, so it's time to bump it up to a 90, right?
Nice.
90s have gears and stuff. I have to train them how to do it. So
that's the fun part, though.
So I want to pick one up during the summer because the summer is off season, and once it starts getting cool, like prices, like the market changes.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look for one or 2 of them now. So I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace. So I saw one last night, and the guy had. And you're not familiar with this because you don't shop on Facebook Marketplace.
No. I usually call up
Craigslist.
Seminole Power Sports and I go, give me Don Kuhn.
Yeah.
And
brand new.
And Don's like, what do you want? I go, I got my eye on a brand new Honda Ruckus. He gets full price. I go, double it. Yeah, I'll be right there.
Yeah.
He's like, you want me to have the parts department like throw every feature on it, and do you want us to tune it up? I go, how much is it? He goes, it's a lot. I go, do it.
But I like to do it ass backwards, where I buy a broken POS and then I take it to Seminole and spend just as much to fix it.
I only buy
I could have bought it new from Seminole.
I only buy the POS stuff for the studio. I buy my stuff brand new stuff.
So anyway, this guy had an ad up for a 90 cc four-wheeler.
What area are we talking? You can tell a lot by the area.
It was in Orlando. Okay. It said, so he had a slash on like when they reduced the price. It says the old price, right? So he went from,
as an incentive.
He went from $2,800 and he dropped it down as of like a couple days ago. That's why they bumped it up to the top.
More expensive than I thought.
Because they all hold their value because everybody's buying new one because your kid only uses it for 3 years or never at all. So you're constantly buying and reselling because you don't want to buy brand new anyway.
Hold on a second. That actually makes sense to me. That actually makes sense to me.
Because they outgrow them in 5 years.
Like I don't buy like Maisie's dance costumes. I don't go full price on those. You can get some hand-me-down city.
Because they're just growing out of him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, so he dropped it down from $2,800 to $2,500, right? So I'm like, is this still available? But I erased. I don't put the still available button. I erased the
custom.
whole. Yeah, I do a custom. I say, is this item still for sale?
This really, you know what? I am proud of you. That's something that I would do because you're not going to just half-ass it. You're going to make it seem like a real person.
People ignore is this still available?
Exactly.
Because stupid Facebook allows that one-click button sentence, and then you say, yes, it is, and then they ghost you. Because people This is a By the way, if you go through Facebook Marketplace and just click, is this still
That's
available?
what I do while I'm pooping.
And then
I
never,
I do it
never
for things I
respond?
don't even want.
Yeah, then you're insane.
I do it just to bother people. Like if
Okay.
I'm fighting with Andrea, I will go take a bowel movement and I'll open up Facebook Marketplace and I will hit that one-click button on every post I see to get to rain hell down on the city.
It's just wasting everybody's time.
It is
driving
exactly.
everybody crazy.
Exactly. I am indeed.
Anyway,
you said I was crazy.
So he just dropped it, right? And I see that that information's available on Facebook Marketplace. He drops it by $300, right? Like a day ago.
Dude, $300 is a nice little drop.
So I erase the is this still available, and then I retype in, is this item still for sale? I'm really interested.
Is this perhaps motorized vehicle still on offer?
I just said, is this still for sale? Whatever, something custom. And then he said yes. And then I'm like, well, I'm gonna offer him $2,400. But then I started battling with myself to be like, why?
So you're doing the overthink, a quick overthink.
No, well, because why he just dropped the price. The $100. I mean, I'm not.
Or you're addicted to the deal.
I don't have unlimited wealth
you're
here, but it's not
addicted to the deal.
Like, just go there and give the guy what he's asking for. Don't ask him for $100 less.
Right.
And I could not stop myself.
No, you have to use your logic powers.
From asking him $100 less because I could just as easy.
And don't you see how? Now, do you see how casually? And I'll use that term. Do you see how you doing that casually is accidentally a little disrespectful,
yes,
considering the fact that he just dropped it? And then if that were mine and you did that, there's a lot of old motorcycle guys
in the street,
or
you'll
like
never respond
my buddy Shane.
Yeah.
He is very, let's say, how I say that, blunt with his motorcycle parts. And if you lowball him too much, especially after he drops the price, he's probably going to like expletive laden you back and be like, I wouldn't sell it to you if my life depended on it. I'm setting fire to it.
But I'm not lowballing him. I'm just $100.
You're trying to steal an extra $100.
Well, that's how you're there.
You're Maisie.
It's business.
No, you're Maisie when I say, she's like, can I have candy? I go, you try to have candy every night. She says, please may I have candy? I ate my dinner. I say, okay, I will give you 5 Haribo gummy bears. And she says, 8.
Right? Well, she's a businesswoman.
No, and you know what I say? They're all off the table.
No,
I do it. You can ask Andrea.
Well, you screwed yourself.
You can ask Andrea.
Got rid of 5.
You can ask Andrea. I go, they're all off the table now. You lost them all. She'll cry. I'm like, no, I do not negotiate with terrorists.
Well,
George Bush.
I'm glad you brought that up because this person has now stopped responding to me.
I didn't even know that.
So now
they did the Daniel.
So now, do I go back?
Wait a minute. What would you
say
if you found out this was me?
Because I need it. Because there's no more on there.
This is your dream, and this is your dream.
Well, like there's not that many for sale, so
this is your dream.
I actually need it. So do I go back and say, all right, I'll pay $2,500?
No, you go back you go back and say, I'm sorry, my wife tried to lowball you.
Oh, blame it on your wife. Yes. This is why we're in business. I'd be like,
I would do that.
I'm sorry.
I would blame it on Andrea in a heartbeat.
I'm like, I'm sorry. My wife grabbed my phone. I apologize. She doesn't understand.
She's always trying to lowball real motorcycle guys like you and I.
Yeah. I'll pay you $25.50 more
for your trouble and for women. You're grinding your gears.
Because I would have paid $28. I need this.
Please, it's my dream.
Anyway,
that's great.
I couldn't stop myself.
You can't lose it though. You got to get it.
And it's not even because I'm cheap. It's just I looked at the scenario and I'm like it's almost a gamble. Like if he accepts it, I won $100, right?
You just figured it out that you pushed it a little further. You just figured it out that in your mind, in this deal, you did what your grandpa said. You literally had it. You're on the finish line of getting it done, and you're like, just a little more. Punch it a little more.
Yeah. I'm like 100 because if they take it, I was like, I won $100.
Oh my God!
But I lost it all. There it is.
All right, you know what? You turned me around. I'm not even unhappy with that. I support what you did now. You brought me full.
Well, I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't get what I want. My sons will be sad. Everything's ruined. All for $100, which I don't even care about. I waste $100 all the time.
Okay, Andrea's trying to help you now. She's in our Twitch chat room. Andrea said, change your Facebook name to Tom and Crystal Van and then blame it on her. So it's like guaranteed. Yeah, do it.
I don't even care about the $100. Like, you know how much money we wasted at the Omni the other day?
I mean, I could point to this tiny coffin on mine.
God.
I brought him in here. I felt bad with him being out there.
That's mental illness. All right.
First email. This is from Richard. I will not say his last name because he's trying to bust out Seth. From the last Friday free show that Seth appeared on, Richard says, I could have sworn sometime in the past 2 or 3 years you guys had some kind of bit where you had a bunch of Whoppers, maybe some type of fast food, and Seth had one and loved it.
Remember, we've been trying to get Seth to eat Harlem.
Yeah.
All we're trying to do is ruin our friends' lives.
We just try to bully our friends. We get them in here,
and whatever they like, we try to get them to do the opposite.
We try to ruin their dreams.
And I think we've been trying to get Seth. He used to do eating challenges back in the day.
All the time.
And as he got older, his eating got cleaner, and now he doesn't, he is 100%
He's
clean.
more paranoid. Like, he's in his final form. Like, he's in his, like, he's never been this ripped. He's never been this clean. He's never also been this paranoid. Yeah, I think it's, I think the kid will help, but, only time will tell.
But I think he did eat some Whoppers, and I remember, weren't we trying to get him to the 16 patty Whopper or whatever? What was that? We've done this show for so long.
Didn't we get that? We had that. Chapman got it for us. It was like a Whopper with 16 patties on it. It was like 3 feet tall or something.
Because apparently you can order anything custom you want, and they'll put 16 patties in a Whopper.
Yeah,
and
I would do that too. Yeah.
And they'll just charge you for 16 patties.
Yeah. I don't even know how they put it in the bag.
Not anymore though. Like you can't ask for anything different. Because they barely can even do.
It doesn't work anymore. Fast food is broken.
No, yeah.
I don't do fast food anymore. We only cook. I can't it used to be.
They have no employees.
It used to be fairly convenient for Maisie with dance. I'm not lying. Just to pick her up something here. Everything's wrong. All the foods are wrong. All the sandwiches are wrong.
There's no employees.
There's no employees. There's no condiments. There's no napkins. The drinks are all wrong. They're made different every day by different people. You can go to this Dunkin' Donuts right up here, and you'll see a different person every single day.
I think until they figure out how to run fast food completely automated, we are, it's not going to be able to.
And I'm glad I didn't need it.
Do it anymore. Or maybe it's like we're going to progress into a different time. I mean, maybe take 50 years, or it's like if you told someone 50 years from now, like there used to be places that you can go and there was employees handing you food for $1. Like $1.
People will be like, wow, I must not have been good quality because food's very expensive. They'll say, well, what was it? It wasn't food. It wasn't food.
yeah. But it's like $1 and they'll hand it to you into your car.
And you can eat it in your car. You know what's funny is I've made these jokes about like needing a wheelchair and stuff, and it's it's sort of insensitive and sort of by saying sort of, I mean totally. And I am. Now that I have my car driving me around, it's kind of like I have the world's fastest wheelchair. I was thinking about this. I was like, it's already happening. It's like so I got to be careful.
Yeah,
I'm back to working out finally. It finally happened. I'm back to moving my body.
Now you just have to get morbidly obese until you grow into the car.
Somebody sent me the candy bar scene from The Whale. And me and Maisie watched it and howled laughing. My God, that's
supposed
funny.
To make you cry.
Not the candy bar scene. The candy where he's looking for it, and then he finds it, and the way he eats it, oh my God. It's like he's right in his pants. Oh.
All right, we will be right back.
All right. Perfect. That is 2. I don't know what's happening up there. My God. It's really nice. I went up there. And I got a bunch of voicemails now. And we just have to do 10. And we're coming out of Santa Claus.
Yep.
He found his glasses, by the way.
Oh, good.
All righty. Would you like to bring us back for our final segment? Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome back to a corporate time.
Oh, you're doing
I thought
it to
you
me.
were going back.
You're doing it to me. Oh, I told you to bring it back.
I know, but I wasn't listening.
Okay.
I was thinking about the Stevie Janowski, which is me and Crystal's favorite television character.
He's so great. Who is that actor? And was his voice really like that?
I mean, he didn't talk like that, but I think his voice is
The way he kind of talked. Oh,
Yeah,
such
yeah,
a
yeah,
great.
yeah,
He
yeah.
had such a great. Oh man.
From Kenny Powers, Stevie Janowski, Kenny Powers' right-hand man.
I'll say this quickly. I know that Danny McBride gets kind of lumped into the kind of the Jack Black, or maybe even a Brad Pitt, or like where's your
you only
James
got one.
Gandolfini.
Yeah.
You know, you're that guy, right? And Burt Kreischer even. It's like you're that guy that does that thing.
Yeah.
But I never get tired of Danny McBride. That
The character,
character and the girl on Righteous Gemstones that plays Judy, I forget the name of the comedian, might be the funniest. She's my favorite character I've ever seen on this show. Like, she's so good.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh so hard.
When she got chopped in the neck.
It was so good. It was so good. A good old neck chop. There's one scene that's hidden, the painting that's over her during one scene.
Yeah.
It's just like they hide so many little jokes in that show that's ridiculous. If you haven't checked out Righteous Gemstones, check it out. Voicemails? You want to do some of those? All right. A couple of voicemails. This one's about Old Florida. Or, Old Friday Free Show.
Hey, guys.
Old Friday Free Shows.
Just trying to access some of the old Friday Free Shows, and I realized that the Friday Free Show on pretty much all streaming services only goes back like a year and a half now. And I used to post on the Reddit page anytime I'd find a really an older episode that I really enjoyed, I'd say like this is a highlight, but I can no longer access the old Friday Free Show. So I was just wondering if that was a change you guys made, or if Spotify and Apple are just no longer storing shows for a certain time period. And then, I hear in a lot of old shows you guys reference something. You say all day suckers a lot, and you guys laugh every time you say it, but I don't actually know the story behind that, and I haven't been able to find it. So if you could tell that story or why that's funny, that'd be great.
All right.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
I got an answer for you.
Yeah, this one's a touchy one, too, because I believe he was talking about his daughter.
Yeah, on the Friday Free Show. But going back to the shows, so the Friday Free Shows, it goes back 100 shows, right? And why it used to go back more Friday Free Shows than now is because we also, on the same feed, Daniel releases comedian interviews and also ACT Best Of.
Yeah.
And because of that, now you're adding 2. So those count as the 100 it goes back.
Yeah.
So now it probably has, now goes back only 1/3 of what it used to, because there's other shows that were released on that feed. And really, if you want to listen to old Friday Free Shows, you got to sign up to become a BDM.
Yeah, they're all there.
Because we release old Friday Free Shows on the OG recaps.
Yeah, and everything is there. Like, it's from the beginning of the OGs and the BDM shows, goes all the way to now. I don't even know how many there are.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
And we are working on an overall database we had this idea of like 1095ers should have access to a database of every show we've ever done.
Yeah, and just a way to search them all.
But the hard part is figuring out how to host that and organize it.
I got an idea. Yeah. There's a company that I've been kind of looking at that is used for like bigger media, like used for more like movies, and it's possible that we could put them on a server. And then all 1095s and our founders and or whatever we do will be able to access the server. And then if you want to, you search for whatever you want to. All the notes are in there. All the titles are in there.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can just have them like, whenever they come out, you'll have them.
Yeah.
So.
But right now, the easiest way to get old Friday Free Shows is become a BDM, and at least we do them chronological order. Every week. But there are like a block of shows that are in purgatory that, that are not in the 100 that are available, but Friday or the OG recaps haven't reached them yet.
Correct.
So there are a couple of years of shows that nobody could find, but we're trying to figure out a way that people could access that.
Yeah, we'll figure
Although
it out.
there's so much content, it's hard for us to believe like you're looking for more content. I mean, if you're a BDM, you got every single BDM show we've ever done.
But people
for 10
write me
years.
all the time and say, I'm caught up on ACTs. What happened? Or if we miss an ACT. Someone would be like, well, you didn't put it out. I'm sorry. You know, like, so we try to put out everything for you as timely as humanly possible, and we're sorry if we don't get it, but we're trying.
And here's the all-day sucker story. So this was at the studio at your house.
Yeah, it was 2 studios ago.
No, I think it was 1 studio ago.
Was it?
I think I remember when it happened where a listener was telling us a story, maybe a voicemail at the time. I can't remember if it was on the telephone or whatever.
I think it was a voicemail.
It was a father, it may be an email. I can't remember. Maybe it was an email.
I thought it was a voicemail because I remember him saying it.
And he referred to his daughter's breasts as all-day suckers because of how big they were. And we laughed and laughed, and then now continue to say that inside joke when we refer to.
Well, not so much anymore. I'd forgotten about it, to tell you the truth. You know, like.
And then apparently that is some phrase that is well known for big
with
boobs.
grandpas.
Yeah. It's
I feel like
old
with
school
biker grandpas.
Yeah. Talking about big boobs.
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
He says all day.
Like a never-ending gobstopper is what I'm thinking. Of. You know, like they took like big candy and applied it towards boob.
Yeah. It's a funny adjective for big boob.
Until it's not. Let's try. We got time for one more. Here we go.
Hey, Tom, Dan. This is LJ. Used to be Georgia, now we're Savannah, Georgia. Now resident of South Carolina. Keep going north. Anyways, just wondering, when y'all were kids, did your parents, grandparents, anybody ever wash your mouth out with soap? I know damn well my parents did, my dad did, my mom, grandmother, everybody did, and it always seemed to be a white bar of ivory soap. Okay? So it's hotter than hell. I know it is in Florida as well, but it's hotter than hell in South Carolina. And I'm driving. It's 101 degrees outside, and I don't know what in the hell was going through my mind, but I'm pondering. I think I was just getting off shift dealing with a bunch of yahoos. But anyway, I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden it comes to my mind how my grandma and my parents used to wash my mouth out with that soap.
Did you ever have this happen?
No.
Me neither. I didn't, I wasn't like an old West kid. I didn't play with a wagon wheel as a toy. I didn't go to school in an old church house. I didn't have to work at the general store.
I also never experienced any punishment. Already
I got yelled at for cursing, but it was like you'd get in trouble. Like you'd get like, go to your room, or, you can't go to the thing.
I always thought this was a myth and it was an exaggeration, but
it's a real thing.
But how did they do it? Did they take the bar and like stick your tongue out and they rub it on your tongue?
That's not what I would do. I'd be like,
no, but how was it done? Like this person says it was done to them.
Let's see what he says.
Did they make you hold the soap in your mouth?
I bet it's different because I don't think anybody. I bet there was no standardization. Let's see.
And I start thinking, well, fuck me running.
Oh, come on, man.
They didn't just go out, go into the bathroom, go underneath the drawer, pull out a brand new bar of ivory soap, and stick it in my damn mouth and make me pay for my punishment or whatnot, and then go and take that bar of soap and throw it away. They went in the damn bathroom, grabbed that sumbitch off the soap dish.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. You're using used soap, which is more disgusting. But
I mean, I guess it is, but you're a kid. You're tough. You'll be all right.
But also, I understand the concept behind corporal punishment, and like this is in some form of, hey, it's like hitting you with a belt or whatever. Like this, but
I mean, I guess
soap. It would be better if they poured hot sauce in your mouth or something, right? Like, how much does soap burn your tongue?
I think hot sauce would be worse. The soap to me is the mildest of the three. If it was belt, soap, or hot sauce, give me the soap.
And also, are
Because
they
it's just going to taste bad. I'm going to go like, this is yuck. I'm going to swish with water, and then I'm done.
But are they just putting it in your mouth? Do they hold you and then rub your tongue? I want to know the concept.
If I were Maisie, I would take a cheese grater. I'd say, open your mouth. I put the cheese grater on top of her mouth, and I would grate some. And I'd use the Parmesan side, not the one you use for tacos. I'd use the Parmesan side, and I'd put a little dust in there, and I'd be like, all right, froth that up in there.
Yeah, but
froth it up.
Is soap the best form of punishment, though?
It's worse than hot sauce. Don't put hot sauce in my mouth. I'll say, give me more.
Is it just ceremonial, though? Like,
It's
why they
disgusting
choose?
tasting.
Is it like to signify you said a dirty word?
You have a dirty mouth. I'm going to wash your mouth.
So wash your...
Yeah. There's symbolism there. Probably some religion sprinkled on it that we don't know.
But what if the kid doesn't open his mouth? Do you pry it open?
Well, that's the abuse. If you're... Yeah. The soap is less abusive than the prying of the mouth, I feel like.
I just feel like this is one of these things where it didn't really happen.
It's going to spiral out of control. If the kid doesn't open his mouth, you've lost you can't do nothing.
Well, and then you upgrade to a belt after that?
I don't. I try soap only. Then I'll ask them, okay, do you want some hot sauce?
Yeah, it's so bizarre. And I don't, like, you see it in the movies.
You're not going to be able to figure it out. My dad wasn't like this. My mom wasn't like this. I'm not like this. You're not like this. There are people that listen to us that can get the concept. Trust me. There are some people out there.
I mean, there's just worse punishments if you're trying to do it as a punishment. Like, why not just always do spanking? Why go to the soap in the mouth?
I think because people think the soap in the mouth is less abuse than the spanking.
Okay, all right. I mean, it is, because... But,
I mean, it can be. What if you... I mean, I'm sure there's somebody who got hurt. But what if you gave him soap that was poisonous? I'm sure that's happened. There's enough people on the planet. You don't think somebody's called poison control and said, I was trying to wash my kid's mouth out with soap and I used lava and their tongue flamed up.
All right. We will see you tomorrow. Sorry, I knew we were...
No, I wasn't looking at it. Thank you for doing that. Let's do a quick intro. And we got it done. Good job.
So doing the intro for just...
Bye, guys.
See you, Twitch.